Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to change the loop Q reel from left hand wind to right hand wind, or vice versa. It's a question we get asked quite a lot, and there's just a few small differences with the Q reel to the other reels in the loop range, so we thought we'd do our own video on it. So what you're going to need is the reel itself. You're going to want the instruction manual and the Allen key wrench that's provided in the box when you get the reel. You might also want a flathead screwdriver. Okay, so to begin with, we're just going to release the spool from the housing. To do that, we're just going to rotate anti-clockwise the spool cap. So just spin him anti-clockwise, and it will just come away nicely. So you're not going to need that spool, so just put it to one side. So now we have our bearing holder here, and we've got our drag adjuster cap. So using the Allen key provided, just come into these holes and turn it just half a turn anti-clockwise, and same for the other hole there as well. Make sure you don't slacken these off fully, just half a turn is more than enough. So that now will come away. We'll put that down to one side. Now to release our bearing holder here, we need to take out this drawbar. So you might need your flathead screwdriver just to take it off to begin with. And then keeping my finger firmly on the other end here, I'm just going to unscrew this drawbar until it comes completely out. Put that to one side, and now we can take the bearing housing away from the cage. Notice I've still got my finger on here, because in here we've got that drawbar nut and two spring washers. So I'm just going to put them to one side. And there isn't a bearing in here as well. Sometimes that will come out, sometimes it won't. It's fairly happy in there just now, so I'm going to leave it in there. We don't need to change it. So using the blunt flathead screwdriver, just ease out the seal, the rubber seal, and now we're going to expose the bearing and the one-way clutch bearing assembly. So we're just going to pop that upside down, give it a tap, and there we have it. So what you'll see is you've got the bearing, you've got the one-way clutch assembly. Now when I tipped this upside down, it went in that way, so that was at the top. So all I'm going to do is place it in this way. I'm going to pick it up and put it straight back in, and that will invert the system. Now you'll notice there's 3 bimps on this assembly, and you've got grooves inside the bearing holder. So we're just going to line them all up nice and carefully, and line them up with the grooves and drop them in. You won't always get it first time. Just line them up again. And there we have it. So that goes all the way in until it clicks. Take the bearing, pop that in until it clicks, and now we can put that rubber seal back in. So press it in nice and firmly all the way around. You want to make sure that it doesn't protrude at all, so just make sure that it's in nice and firmly. Okay, so now we can place this back onto the spool case. And what you'll see here is a nice groove that comes out. So with our drag, with our nut, you'll notice that it's actually shaped to fit in there perfectly. It's rectangular with 2 straight edges. So put on your spring cut washers and just line it up with those holes so it fits perfectly. Just give it a wee twist till it clicks into place. Now by keeping our finger on there, we can take the drawbar, slide it through and start twisting it. And you'll feel it start to engage with the nut under this finger. Just turn it until it's finger tight. Okay, so now we can check that it's free spooling one way and the drag is applied the other way. So when we come to put the spool back onto the housing, you'll notice there's a wee groove in the spool here, and there's a wee bimp in the casing there. So we just got to line those up to make sure it fits perfectly. Okay, so they're lined up now, and what I can feel is the drag is free one way and applied the other way. So I'm just going to take the spool cap and just turn that clockwise, just finger tight, and that'll engage the spool. And lastly, we're going to take the drag knob. Now, what's key to know here is just feel that drag and how tight is it. Now, I feel that's about half drag right now. Okay, it's not too tight. So what I'm going to do is, there's 2 stops within this spool cap. So I'm going to put it on. I'm going to turn it all the way to maximum until it stops. And I'm going to turn it back halfway. It's quite easy to change, so don't worry if you don't get it right first time. Using your Allen key, just tighten up those locking screws, just finger tight. Make sure you remember to do both of them. And there we have it. Before it was left hand wind, and now it's right hand wind. So it's free running that way, and the drag is applied that way. Just test the maximum and minimum drag. Turn him right up. Free spool. That is very strong there. That's going to stop a train. And then minimum setting. Make sure it's not too tight on minimum. That's absolutely fine. So I'm happy with that. Probably be fishing up on about medium. So there we have it. That's the cue reel and how to change it from right hand to left hand or vice versa. I hope that was helpful. If you've got any questions, we'd be happy to take them, or if you've got any questions that you'd like to do a video on, then we'd be happy to do that as well. Take care, folks. Tight lines.